toxic it, you know.
Welcome, welcome, hello. So tonight, XPulZ and myself, TheStiffler, will bring you three duo games. We are starting off with a normal game right now. You can still register for it. You can join it. Obviously, you're not going to hear this for 10 minutes, so we'll see. But yeah, there's going to be three games back to back. First being a normal duo game, second being a first-person duo game, and the third being a modified game. Jackal hasn't told me the modified settings he wants to employ yet, so that's going to be a new one. But hello to you all. How are you doing? Welcome. Thank you. Hi. All the rest of that. The lobbies will start to fill now on stream, and we're going to go from there. Anybody unfamiliar, this is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. This is released a few months ago. It's been in alpha and pre-release before that. It is a battle royale, last man standing game mode. of Arma 3 Battle Royale. You mixed it with H1 added a sprinkling of DayZ. Then you probably got what this game is, where it sits in the world. It's a lot of fun. The devs are working really hard at it. They're giving us the ability to run custom games, ability to observe custom games, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're just waiting on the lobbies to fill. But excuse me slightly because 10 minutes will start to fill. Oh, I will leave the mouse over it now. Hopefully we'll see that then fill over the next few minutes. While it fills, we'll talk, won't we? We'll have a bit of a chat about things. So, there's 3 modes in this game at the moment. There could be potential for more. There are other modes that you can unlock via custom games now. There's actually a wealth of them. In fact, there's a huge distribution of these games that can be unlocked. But for now, it's solos, duos, and squad are the main 3 modes. Those are 3 modes that you can play ranked games in. Those are the 3 modes that you can actually compete with and be on the ladder and leaderboards with and things like that. Those are the official servers. But when you do custom games, you can do anything. So we've yet to see where this game will end up sort of sitting itself. But we'll see where that goes. Today's games are all duos, so we were going to do squads and solos, but we're focusing on duos tonight. So it's going to be a series of duos games. As I said, after the one will be slightly different though, so that's going to make the best of 3 the interesting part, because each game will be slightly different. The first one will be a standard vanilla game that you would find on server. The second game will be a first person, so first person obviously changes the game dramatically. A lot of the high end players feel that first person is probably the best mode. We'll see how that goes. And then the third game, I don't even know what the settings are, as I've already said. The settings for the third game, it could be anything. I'm still waiting on as to what that's going to be. So that could be anything. It could be big head mode. I don't know. It could be almost anything. But as you can see, the lobby starting to fill up. Now, remember, you can sign up via the portal. If you miss this first game because you're signing up a little bit late, there will be a second game. And there is still plenty of time to sign up. What else is there? So the lobby is starting to fill. Wow, there we go. We have been pimping it out a bit, so I'm expecting quite a few people to come in. It's going to be interesting casting it from my point of view. I have had a play around with the casting tools. I must say as well, to be fair to Bluehole, I'm not, you know me by now, I'm very cynical about people and things and the world and all the rest of it, but the custom game functionality in this is outstanding. The fact that you can run custom games from directly within the client, you can just spin up a custom game straight on the fly. You can put your settings in and then you can just have your custom game going. It's absolutely amazing. This functionality is genuinely next level for a first-person shooter in games like this. You know, as someone that ran many custom servers, custom game modes for things like Ark and other UE4 games, you know, you have to have a huge knowledge of RNI files, you have to be able to edit them, you have to be able to do all this other stuff. But Bluehole have really, who are obviously the developers of Battlegrounds, have really streamlined it down, and it is a very straightforward, intuitive process. Having had some time myself with the Observer tools and commands and things like that, they're pretty good as well, to be honest with you. They work efficiently, they work well. I enjoy the fact there's an X-ray mode which allows you to see the players through walls and things like that. You know, there's a really good mixture of options already. There's a really good mixture of options, and bear in mind we are pretty much at sort of ground floor with in terms of this game and esports and all the rest of it and things like that. It's only going to get better from there as we go along, guys. It's only going to get a lot better. But we have to see where it goes. Trying many players need moving. They'll have to tell me. Okay, so we are filling up, and filling up quite quickly as well, to be honest with you. Wow, here we go. We are filling up, certainly. What else can we talk about while we wait for the lobby to fill? So we have some regular, for those of you who come from SOTF, we have some regular SOTF players. We have Scooby Doo in here. We have Sadeki. We have a few others that will come from the SOTF community. For those people that like SOTF, Daddy Gaming. For those that would remember Daddy Gaming from SOTF, he fairly famous, maybe the right word, character, but yeah. We also have some new players that come purely from Battlegrounds, and the Battlegrounds community is sort of XPulZ and sort of expand our world slightly outwards. So yeah, we're just waiting now on the games to fill up and the lobby to fill, and then we will start the game. Let me have a quick look. We're all good to go. Just close down this. We're waiting on the lobby to fill now, guys. As soon as I get a general thumbs up from Monsieur Jackal. I get the thumbs up from Mr. Jackal, we will probably open it up to get a few more people in, and then we're probably going to go see how the first game goes, shall we? Okay. Just going through the players, we do have some very famous ones. So we have Syria and Yaki, who, if anybody who's followed the SOTF scene will know Syria and Yaki. Both very decent players who love a shotgun. We have Sadeki, who is, I think, pretty much transitioned into a full-time streamer of this at this point. I think Sadeki is pretty much a full-time PUBG streamer now, who used to be a full-time SOTF streamer for a long time. We then have Scooby Doo, again, was once an SOTF streamer. In Betweener, again, was an SOTF player, competed in many of the tournaments. So we have a good smattering. Yeah, so for those that aren't registered for XPulZ, it's worth doing it, guys. It's becoming an entire platform for game tracking and events and things like that. So if you sign up to XPulZ, sign up to the XPulZ site, you're going to get kills tracked, you're going to get your games tracked. You can sign up for events like this straight away, get in there early, get on early, and you know, as time goes on, as it progresses on, it's all going to get better and better and better in terms of what we can do and what we can track, and what Ashon is the key and king behind all the coding and stuff. Right, bear with me a second, guys. I'm just going to Right, so we're getting close to being ready to go, guys. I can just see the lobby pretty much filled up with the players now. I'm just waiting on a few more players to get in, and then we should be. Anybody unfamiliar, this is player unknown. Okay, my microphone is a little bit low apparently. 10-minute delay though. Apparently my microphones are low. That's the first time I've ever been accused of my microphone being low. Maybe it's just because I'm talking quietly. I don't know. Which I might be. I'm talking kind of quietly as we start this process. 1 second. I will bump the settings up a bit, but I've got to be careful about how far I bump it because your ears might well get blown off otherwise. There was me being all like, I'll talk quietly and I'll talk softly to begin with so that we don't go too crazy at the start. And you're all like, oh, it's too quiet. Okay, fine. It's not, you live with it now, guys and girls. You live with it now. Okay. Give me 1 second then. Give me 1 second. I think we're pretty much there-ish at the moment. Give me 1 sec. Okay. Not long now, guys, and then the game will start. Hopefully, my microphone is of sufficient loudness for you all now. I will keep an eye on it. I did listen to myself back. It sounded okay. But for now, it's solos. It did sound okay to me. I don't know why people seem to think it's low. Sound on. There we go. So XPulZ Ralphie joining in at the end there. We're giving it a few. We're about 10 minutes behind. But we shall see how that goes over time. Excuse me while I'm slightly quiet. Unfortunately, this isn't to the point where you can just have someone else running the controls and someone doing it. The person who's doing the observing has to do everything. So the person doing the observing does the whole thing pretty much. So we're almost ready. $41 players. 42. I've been told to give it a few more minutes so we get a little bit higher in terms of player numbers. He says that, then 3 players leave. Yeah, it's just letting people get in and get themselves sorted. Sorry for the delay, folks. I know that the trouble is when you run a 10-minute delay and these things are just the way they go, I'm afraid. When you run a 10-minute delay, there's not really much you can do about it, to be honest with you. Toto Africa represent. Jimmy will get that in 10 minutes from now. Really, he'll get it in 10 minutes. So, we've got about another minute of letting players fill the lobby. And we're going to be up and live. Giving you 1 more minute for players to fill. And then we're going to be live. There's a good selection of decent players in here. These should be some pretty interesting games to play out. Quite excited about what we're going to see today. Hopefully good action. Hopefully lots of action all the way through the game. I can't promise you guys anything though. The promises cannot be made. Okay, so use the delay while we just wait on the last couple of players to get in. How's with all these things? People are always late. Like, I start to wonder if some of you people just don't own alarm clocks or any sort of clock whatsoever. There's just no clocks in the building at all. Anywhere in the building. Okay, got 45 players in now. 46. I was waiting for 50. That's what I was waiting for, was 50 players. That gives us a nice even spread of 25 teams then. Obviously less than you would get in a normal game, but still quite a decent hefty chunk. Jackal sounds weird. I'm gonna stop responding to chat at some point soon. Oh wow. We're getting even more players, so I guess I'll leave it another minute, guys. If we get a full lobby, then we'll just go with the full lobby, I guess. Okay, that looks like a fullish lobby to me. See if the players organise themselves a second. Let's see if the players organise themselves. I mean, a full lobby's better than no lobby. I see even more SOTF players and XOTF players sneaking themselves into the door. Letting these players assign themselves. Once they've assigned themselves, I guess we'll go. So it should be about 60 seconds or so from now, guys and girls. A lot of moving around. Okay, so 60 seconds from now we'll start the game. You will excuse me while I count down in my head there. Yeah, I was counting down in my head. I feel like a lot of these players are probably never going to get themselves settled in the teams, so we will just hit the button in the next 30 seconds and then... Okay. Click the play button. Here we go. Server's initializing. Should be into the server in a second, guys and girls. There is a little bit of a delay. I'm guessing as it spins up a server and makes it available for us, there's a little bit of a delay on that front. It does take about 30 to 40 seconds between initializing and the game actually kicking into life, but there we go. In now, we're in now. And we successfully have people loaded in. I'm into the admin tools. Wow. That's a lot of players. There's going to be a lot of death here. We'll have to try and make sure we capture it all for you. But to make sure we capture all the death, all the relevant things, everything else like that for you guys. Just check this out. People keep saying my mic's early. And, you know, as time goes on, as it progresses on, it's all going to get better. I'll probably turn down my in-game settings because they're probably overwhelming me a little bit at the moment. Yeah, they certainly are a bit. I turned them up earlier, which is a mistake because I had them set all nice. Okay. 50 seconds until we start. The ritual killing of everyone in the server has begun. Although they can't actually kill anyone. I'm not sure what to say on the microphone front, people. It is what it is. I can hear it when I listen back on stream because I keep turning it back on. It sounds fine to me. This is pretty much what I stream at normally. Very few people ever complain about my microphone being quiet, so I haven't changed any settings. It's a bit weird. Sounds okay as well to me. I'm going to suggest you all just turn your volume up a bit. Let's go with that one. We'll turn the volume up a bit because it's as high as I can put it without it destroying people's ears. Okay, 6 seconds. 5, 4 till we start. 3, And we're in now. Nice, isn't it? So what I'll do is I'll keep the map open so that we can see where everybody's landing. We'll have a quick look at the player list at the same time, and we'll see where people are deciding to go. So it's an interesting plane. It's going to take people over Georgia Pole. It's going to take people near Primorsk, and it's going to take people near military at the same time. So there's a lot of high value areas here. A lot of it's going to depend on if people are going to get amongst it straight away. Let's have a quick look at some people, shall we? Okay, so we have Shatner and Decky landing over at the very edge of Georgia Pole. They're going to be joined by Scooby-Doo and Nate East. They're both landing in the same town. You've got Tillo. He's coming down into the same area as well. And we have a fairly even spread then of everyone around the map. Some people will be going and moving further away. Just looking at Irradiated Bear, because he looked like he was taking damage, but obviously not. Okay, so I'm going to try and look at people taking damage. There's quite a lot gone military. So military obviously is the highest value loot in the game. And you've probably got some of the better players all ending up at the military right now, guys. So Syria, Yaki, Velociraptor, Rafi, all ending up. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. Oh, we already have somebody up. And Yaki is down already. Oh my gosh. Yaki, who has won multiples of these, has already been taken up by Rafi Buns. Or XPulZ Rafi. He's down already. Rector and Rafi are controlling the top of this building. I'm not sure if they realise where Syria is at the moment. Rafi's taking shots at J2 the Aaron. Right, so it's all about whether they work out where Syria is, if Syria decides to make a move or not. Rafi's joining his teammate inside. They're both looting. They both got helmets. They both got automatic rifles. Syria is a little bit worse geared right now. He does have a helmet. He doesn't seem to have a gun. So he's pretty much easy pickings as it stands right now, guys. Rafi and Velociraptor are going to absorb every bit of loot. We've got Smoked, who's starting to work on the factory warehouse and work through there. Aaron has taken the radio tower. The radio tower is incredibly high value loot. I think probably one of the highest value loot areas in this game. Syria has now upgraded himself to a pistol. There is still GG002 up in the tower with a car now. Does not look like he's got any optics for it. And he's moving his way down the tower. Rafi and Rector are actually still moving through this building and getting more well geared as time goes on. Both are equipped with ARs. Syria has got himself an SKS now as well, so he can get amongst it. Boat is now upgraded into an AR herself, and J2 the Aaron has an AR as well. You'll excuse me if I'm staying with this fight a little bit, guys. I am always interested in how these sort of military situations play out. These are high value areas, high value loot. High value areas, high value loot, and the fights here can be very decisive in the whole scheme of the game, especially when you consider that they have a long time to loot here as well. They do have a long time to loot. Rector has changed himself to a SK12, which is smart when you're in the small corridors around here. It is actually a smart move. Syria has moved up onto the top of the building with the SKS. This was already looted by Rafi, so there's not really much up here for Syria. I think he might be trying to get position on the guys. He certainly is. Yep, he's looking to see if he sees any heads in windows. We turn on X-ray. He's having a look to see. Can he see a head in the window? He has actually got optics for that SKS. He has got optics for it. I think he's hoping he can take one kill back here. Having lost his teammate Yaki early on in the game, that's not great for him. There's going to be a decisive fight here very soon, I am pretty sure. Unfortunately, guys, I know some people will be like, oh, you're not looking at me. But you've got to understand that Unfortunately, it's one of these situations where let's have a quick look at Shatner. Shatner's damage seems to mostly be bike riding damage. Okay, so we're gonna go back to this fight here. Excuse the jumping around. Back onto Syria. He's decided to actually jump off the building now. Rafi is trying to get position on him. Syria is determined to eke this out as best he can. I'm just waiting on... Oh, and he goes down. Rafi had position on him. He had a position on him round the corner, and he's gone down. So, for me, two of the favourites are probably already gone at this stage in the game. Two of the favourites are probably already gone. I would have put Syria and Yaki in the favourites box, and they've both been taken out. Let's have a look at Radiated Bear. He seems to be taking some damage. Oh, he's actually gone for the drop. And it looks like he's got the M249 out of the drop, which is a very decent weapon close-up. His partner, Jacko, only has a pistol, though. Okay. Biddy is on 1 kill. We're in amongst it now. Going on here. Looks like they've got Shatner, possibly. Just zoom out a second. Have it? No, it's not Shatner. No, they wiped out the team already. Looting what they can. Go back into the map and have a quick look and see. We've got a down player over here. I don't know if that's a visual bug or they've just loaded it in, but Sadeki is getting his partner up in the middle of this open area now. Quite undergeared, unless I'm getting some sort of visual bug. These two are quite undergeared. No armor, no helmets, nothing like that. I think the plan probably would have been to try and get the bikes and get out of there and try and go and get some loot from somewhere. But unfortunately, they haven't done that, so there's no loot. There's no loot really free to them there. Irradiated Bear and his partner have come to the prison. This is the prison area. Good value loot here. Definitely a good place to loot. Shatner and Sadeki seem to be, from what I can see, coming up on the prison as well. So I think their plan potentially was to go up on the prison to get as far away from the action as they can and loot. Unfortunately, if they are going to the prison, they're going to end up with those two guys. I'm interested to see where they go, to be honest with you. Sadeki, as I said earlier on, is pretty much transitioned to the full-time streaming of this game, so I have high expectations that he's got a plan. I have high expectations Sadeki has a plan here. Seems to be waiting for his partner. Cody is in this building and just knocked out someone. He's leaving the person knocked out, not finishing him off. Waited to see if his partner turns up. No. That's 1 kill for Cody then as well. They're going 2 people on 1 bike. Still looking for loot. Still in a situation where they have almost no loot at all. Unfortunately for them. They are still in that almost no loot at all. Okay, Shatner has jumped off the bike and is trying to get some loot. Still very low. The ring is actually coming in. So their next consideration is the fact that the ring is coming in on them, which is going to be a bit of a pain. Moving to this person who's apparently taking damage, but is not. Hopefully Shatner's going to get some loot soon, at some point soon. Becky is still driving around. Not sure what he's doing. He's still driving around, though. He's still driving around. Let's see if we can see anyone else taking any damage. Doesn't seem like we have any people who are currently taking damage. So Jimba TV is actually right next to another group of people here. He has an ump and a shotgun. For anybody unaware, the ump is an incredibly powerful gun. Very powerful gun. And I have been told multiple times that Jimmer is a pretty legitimate player. Really seeing where these other guys are. So we've got Jimmer and I believe his partner Fizzle there. Okay, you have Lebowski and the in-betweener also in the same time, but there is actually a good bit of distance between them. So the chances of these guys running into each other are probably pretty low given the distance between them. It looked bigger when I was on the map mode. That's for sure. When you come in, it's not that close. They've got AR and Got Lebowski's got a AK. It looks like the in-betweener's got a shotgun. So we've got shotgun AK. Have people actually in the red zone. This will cause some dramas most probably. Okay. We have shots coming in on the car from Lo-Fi. It looks like the car's going to get away though. It looks like the car's going to get away from them. I think they're giving up chase as well now. Shatner still has no... Sadeki still has no loot and is now rezzing Shatner for the second time in this game. This is a new... This must be a new strategy. No, the no loot rezzing. Well, they have a headshot. They have a headgear now. Have a look at Ashron. Has been downed. Looks like he's safe, but I'm not entirely sure where his partner is. I think Ashron was actually solo. Like... Wild Thing has taken some damage off Asheron. They're both being very cautious because they're not sure where his partner is. Obviously, both of them had a fight here, but they're being quite cautious because they're not entirely sure where Asheron's partner is. They don't realise that Asheron's partner has essentially ditched him, so they can push up on him and kill him. He will just slowly bleed out at this point. There is no getting up when you've been downed. So this one, Asheron is basically dead. I don't see his partner anywhere near. We missed a fight here. Like Rent and Famoki have cleaned up the town. Ashron is going down very slowly. We don't see anything else. Oh, Jimmer is quite low health. I think that's ring damage more than anything else. He should end up naturally being pushed into Lebowski and in-betweener because of the ring. It will bring these guys together. Ashron finally died. Obviously, he was knocked out, so there was no way he was getting back up from that. He was knocked out to begin with. Again, I am maybe overstating just how the line of sight and how able these guys are to see each other. This is a huge distance to be able to see people from. The saga of Shatner continues. He now has an Uzi and a helmet. Sometimes the Battle Royale games, it's a little bit like that, guys. You know, sometimes you just don't get the play. So he is totally outside the ring. I think he might actually be AFK. So he's going to die to the ring. Rafi and his partner are mobile. Looks like they've fully looted. They've got a car. They've got rifles. It's in a very scary place for them, for everyone else right now. These guys are fully looted. They've got silenced ARs. They've got cars. They've got optics. So they're gonna start definitely making an impact. So let's have a look at Psychodan. Has been knocked out. Partners come to save him. Let's have a look at where he got knocked out from. Oh, here we go. Power player BR behind this tree here. He's moving up on the two players. He obviously doesn't quite have visibility on them from where he is. He must be able to see them soon, unless the car is actually giving... Yep, the car is giving them cover. You can see it, from his perspective. Yeah, that's really good play from Power Play there. He's keeping them suppressed. Rampage has to do something. He has to do something. He's moving up on him. Will he get the shot? Ooh. Very close. Very, very, very close. Rampage just about pulls that back for his team there. That was a team-saving move right there. Did a good job there on keeping his teammate alive. Let's have a look at Radiated Bear. These guys got to free loot the school, so these two are very well geared. I think that's an 8x SKS he has there. Tier 3 helmet, Tier 2 chest. So He's definitely ready for the game to go into the mid to end game. We have a huge group of players here that are all quite close to each other, but not. Oh, we've got Jimmer and Shatner. Shatner has finally found weapons and armor. Holy hell! However, the problem Shatner has right now is that both Jimmer and FizzWiz have got position on them. Shatner's partner, Sadeki, is quite far away. I'm not entirely sure that FizzWiz has seen. I think he might have. Might just be waiting for the perfect shot. He has got optics. Yep, they are just waiting for the shots. Shatner is taking damage. Oof. Inches. Gets behind cover by inches. Probably a bad choice to return fire on two players when you're alone. And Shatner goes down. Did get some damage back onto Jimmer's TV, but it wasn't really enough to make a big difference. Sadeki has... Well... Let's not talk about that. let's just not talk about that. Star-Lord over here has been downed. He's inside the house. Scooby-Doo, I think, he's unaware. Are they unaware? No, he's trying to get position. He's fully aware of where they are. He's just trying to get position on them. They're both moving up the hill to get cover and keep position. Players are getting each other up here. Getting each other up from knockdown. Both of them are deciding that they're going to stay in the upstairs bathroom. Maybe they're going to have a shower. I don't really know. I don't like to judge. Atlantis knocked out MPG Lebowski. You can find him. Atlantis has pretty good position there. In between is in a bad position. He's in a really bad position. He has just about got himself out of it though. Both Atlantis and Zero Player have got really nice position there. Those houses cover a whole lot of territory around here. They're still thankfully in the ring, so that helps. Between is going to try and make a play at them. He does have an AR. He has got a, looks like a red dot on it. However, Sadeki is coming up behind him on the motorbike. Oh no! Sleep beautifully, gentle prince. Deserve your rest now. In-betweener doesn't really want to make any moves. It's very difficult for him here. He's got two guys who have position in the house. Unfortunately, the red zone has decided to come down right on top of him. This is not good for in-betweener. He now has to move. His best move is probably to follow the wall down here and then try and get into this pink house here. If he moves any other way, he's going to take ring damage and then also damage from those two guys. Maybe using this point with a... Oh no, they're still aware he's there, so they're still taking shots and grenades. It's a decent grenade though, but just wasn't quite where the guy was. Have another look at the map. Let's have a look at this actually and see who's taking damage and who's not. Is that happening right now? In between it is making the move. He's disrespecting the red zone. Star-Lord. Okay. So Scooby and his teammate have just taken out half of this team. Croxon has left. He's trying to get some shots on, but it is a 2v1 and it looks like both have rifles. Yep, both have KARs. This is not a fun fight to be taking, and it's as simple as that. Scooby just takes him out. So Scooby and Nate worked that building like a charm. They waited patiently for the players to come out. They had good position up on the hill. Players had to push into them, and they took both of them out. Okay, and let's have a look. Rafi and his partner have got two bikes and have been determined to loot everything on the island. Highly sure what they're doing. They're now playing motocross or something. I think someone might have told them it was MotoGP instead of... I mean, they have to move. I'm assuming that they're planning on moving quite late, would be my guess. Guess is they're planning on moving quite late and coming across, because the zone is probably going to end here. If we're honest, guys, the zone will probably push down to here. Let's have a look at Draven. He's taking some shots at Jimmer TV. He's actually hit a few shots on Jimmer TV. I think Drayden is actually solo as well, so that's a good job. He's got himself an M4. Shots going down. I hear shots going down. In between, they've got himself without that position and has got himself a bike and has moved out. Jimmer TV has taken half damage, so is his partner. Oh no, his partner's actually healthy, excuse that. So Jimmer TV is healthy, his partner's taken half damage. They're going for the camp box on the hill. This gives you a great vantage point when the game ends here. Honestly, some of the best. Oh, they're actually taking damage though. Sergeant Sniper has put a shot onto Jimmer. Zero play is moving up on them though. Big fight here, and both players go down. Unfortunately, I don't think they realised that they were already at a disadvantage, but they get themselves in the building anyway. Smoked is going for it. I think that was possibly a bad decision there. They've got away with it though. They've got away with it. They have got away with it. They're both still alive. They've got the tree. They've got cover around the tree. Oh no. J2's down and Smoke's down. Slightly ballsy play there, taking the buggy. You have no cover in the buggy. Driving past two players in a mode like this means you will take a lot of damage. Now we have Atlantis and Zero in the hut. They're going to smoke by the looks of it to try and get some cover so they can get out of here, because they realise that they are literally on the edge of the ring, so sooner or later they're going to have to go. What's Fizzy Wiz and Jim are going to do? What are they going to do? Are they going to just take aimless shots at them? Are they going to try and shoot through the smoke? Because obviously if you see smoke, you can't just start laying down fire on the smoke. It looks like Jim has gone to loot, so Fizzy is taking shots at the smoke. He's obviously got some vision on them. Definitely taking damage, both of the players there. Apologies to anybody else who is anyone else's deaths I'm missing. You obviously can't be everywhere at all times. So Zero and his partner have actually got out of that situation. They used the smokes to get out of the situation. They're using more smokes again now. They're actually looting, to be fair. They're looting, so they took those two guys out. Draydon is coming up on them with the car. He gets away scot-free. No one's actually taking any shots at him, which is quite strange. You have a Radiated Bear and Jacko both coming over this hill. The In-Betweener is coming as well. He is out of the zone at the moment. Let's just zoom this in a bit so we get a better... Okay, so GG02 has been solo for the entire game. Try and see if we can see the action. It looks like Scooby-Doo's partner has taken a lot of damage there. It looks like it's a 2v1 situation. They're both on Torrent. Not entirely sure if Scooby knows exactly where Torrent is, given his body angle. Oh, nope. He clearly doesn't know where he is, given the damage he's taking. Clearly has no idea. However, they are good on position, so they can just move. Yep. I think he's got it now. I think Scooby has seen where he is. If they both get their cars out. Nope, they're not going for the cars. They're actually going for position instead. More concerned about the ring, because at this stage in the game, guys, players are a threat, but the ring is just as much of a threat. So at this stage in the game, you not only have to manage the players, but you also have to manage the ring as well. Brent is taking shots at Scooby. Scooby has returned fire with a car and hit a good shot. Two good shots go on to Tourette. He's taken a couple of decent shots there. Again, as I was saying about the play zone, you see at least 3 players or 2 players died to the play zone there, so it's making a difference. Trent is just about using that cover. Load of players have gone down outside the ring here. Wild Thing and Fiddy taking out half of the team. I'm Fox is the last remaining player of that team. They both have to move though, so there is no option. They all have to move. All these players have to move. They have 1 minute 35 left of time. Fiddy will be coming past Torrent as well. It's about whether Torrent actually turns himself around or if he's too concerned about Scooby and his partner. And we have Rafi Poons back in the fight. Big fight going on the edge of the ring there. Sorry about this. It bugged out there, I'm afraid. And as I said, Wild Thing and his partner are coming over the top. Torrent is in a good position for that. Obviously, he's got no real cover, but he's in a decent enough position that he could have taken him by surprise. Now they both know where he is, though. It's a lot less impactful. Torrent's had a rough time of it. He got stuck fighting Scooby and his partner, and then he got stuck fighting these two guys. So Draydon just took out G002, so the two solo players took each other out. Torrent actually has got position on the tree, but it's too much. Too little too late, sorry. Too little too late for Torrent there. I'm Fox is in a bit of a situation, guys. Both Fiddy and Wild Thing can put fire on him. They've got a car next to him, so the ring isn't the problem. And essentially, unless I'm Fox starts to move, he's going to die to the ring. His partner got taken out. He's been out-positioned. They're now moving, those two players are now moving Fiddy to get to the ring, and Fox is just going to be stuck behind him, I'm afraid. So let's go over here. So you've got Velociraptor and Jimbo TV. It looks like Rafi was killed by Jimbo. Yeah, they're... This is kind of a weird fight right now. These two teams obviously fought. Rafi got taken out by Jimbo and his teammate. I'll try and fix my camera, hopefully. Oh, they're pushing him. Stupid thing. Yeah. So Rafi's team goes down in the end. Straight on another solo player, Jacko. He does manage to get his car out in the end. Straight knows he's there. He knows he's no. Oh! Straight pushed and he shouldn't have pushed. Okay, the ring is now becoming everyone's problem. Jimbo and Fizzy have got position on this rock. They have 1 minute 13 to move. So Quail, in front of him, has got a better position. Jimbo's taking some shots up at Wild Thing, and oh, got him down! Wow, what a shot! And is determined to take the player out. He's leaving his Fiddy alone just to make sure secure the kill. Wild Thing can't get back up now. Fiddy to the left of him. I'm not sure if he's seen him. I think he's seen him. Yep, he has seen him. He has seen him, but he's reloading. He's leaving him alive for now. Taking some damage back. Very low now for Jimmer. He's got 34 seconds to heal up. He has people all the way in front of him. This team have got themselves into, in my opinion, a pretty bad position. That fight with Rafi has killed Fizzy Wiz helmet. Jimmer is still being aggressive. He's still taking shots at guys. And he takes Insomniac down. So Quail is not sure where the shots are coming from, obviously. So he's still taking a lot of damage. They do kind of have position here. They do kind of have position. But the truth is that Jimmer and Fizzy have to move. They have to move. And this is the time now. This is going to be the decisive fight here, whether these guys are going to make the ring. Oh, and they... Unfortunately for those guys, they crept up behind them. So now we have one team left, which is Jimmer and Fizzy. They're taking shots as they move into position. I'm Fox is in a good position there to make a difference. Oh, their players are all facing the wrong way. They're facing the wrong way. And they're outside the ring. Fizzy is down. I'm Fox is putting shots onto... Have a look at him. He's actually putting shots onto Fizzy. He's going to let Fizzy Wiz and Jimmer off the hook. Oh, Jimmy has just made that a decisive fight. So we're now down to two teams. 2 players, in fact. Only 2 players left. No head armor for I'm Fox. Jimmer TV is lying in a bush. He has full head armor. He has tier 2 head armor. I'm Fox is healing himself up now. Looks like he might be using normal bandages. We look at the ring. At my camera position, both players have to move. There's no option. Both players have to move. Jimmer being smart, chopping down the smokes. Oh, Jimmer already has 8 kills in this game, so he's already being pretty dominant. It's fair to say. The hype, he lived up to the hype he was billed at the start. Oh, he's made a bad decision there, though. Is he going to pay off for him? No, it just about pays off for him. He's going to move again. I'm Fox realizes that every shot he takes brings him a second closer to the ring being on top of him. He has 10 seconds left. He has no head armor. Jimmer now can heal himself up, which he does with first aid. I'm Fox is going to take the painkillers, and then he's probably going to go for it. He's taking the painkillers. Oh, he gets some good shots off there. He gets some particularly good shots. He still has to move, though. The ring is going to be... Oh, and he dies. Very good effort, though. I'm Fox had a really good effort there. He made some decisive plays at the end. Fiddy and Wild Thing were great. Obviously, Jimmer with the 9 kills there, pretty much dominating the game. I think a big shout out to Draydon, who solo came 6th and still picked up a couple of kills in the process. Rafi and Velociraptor with the big kills at the start, taking out Yaki. And then obviously you can see all the kills. These kills are getting recorded, guys, by the way. They'll be going to the XPulZ site, and they'll be recorded. So as we can see, Jimmer not only with the most kills, but also won the game. But it was close. It was close at the end there. That was a real ballsy call with running at the point he did. You know, don't underestimate how ballsy a call that was. He could have quite easily died at that point in the game. So there we go, guys. That's our first game. I believe now we're going to go for a second. Now we're going to go for a second game, which is going to be first person perspective only. Let's have a look who else got. So J2 got a kill. Atlantis and Zero got some kills as well. Good, decent amount of kills on those guys. But I think, to be fair, the winner and MVP is probably going to be Jimmer. Drayden gets a shout out specifically for being solo and coming 6th like he did. And yeah, everyone else sort of the way I expected it to go. Possibly apart from Yaki and Syria, who came quite low down. So there we go. We're going to exit the lobby, and I'm going to put the thing up while we start another game. So give me 1 second, guys. Hopefully my mic is not quiet anymore. Second, guys, 1 second. We're just going to start up a new game. So bear with me. Bear with me. Maybe it might be time to have a little bit of a musical interlude while we start the next game. So give me 1 second, people. Hello, did you miss me? I hope you missed me. Okay, so the second round is filling up now, guys. We're about halfway filled as we stand. So we're just waiting on players to get in. As soon as it fills up, we'll start the game. This time, though, the second round is FPP, so first person perspective. This means that no third person, essentially. So what do you mean by third person? That means over the shoulder camera. So everything's going to be locked in first person. There is no over the shoulder camera. It creates a entirely different tactical experience. You know, it's a very different experience playing in first person than it is in third. In a game like this, it makes it much more difficult in terms of Sorry, I was just doing something there. Well, I saw you can probably tell I got a little bit mentally distracted as we were going there, but it just changes the entire perspective of the game and what's capable and what's not. So it's going to be interesting to see how the players do under those conditions. It's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top this time, because obviously being a great third-person player doesn't necessarily translate into a great first-person player. It does depend, though. It really does depend. Just waiting on all the players to get in. 39 now. 39 players now. So we'll do what we did last time. The last time the game actually filled all the way up to 60, so we'll see what happens. And we'll give it a few more minutes to fill up while we wait. So this third game, I'm not entirely sure what we're going to use in terms of settings and what we're going to do. It will be different, though. It will be very different. But I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do with the third game. So probably going to up things like gun spawns and maybe meds and things like that, and see, just go for that as a crazy game and see how we go with it. For now, we're going to wait a few more minutes for players to get into the game. And then we're going to go with the next round. I'm not sure if Jackal and the guys are actually taking stats for the entire day. Maybe they are. So you'll be able to see sort of overall stats of how players are doing and how players performed and everything like that, which would be quite cool. But we will see. Doghouse at number 3 with 8 kills. Wow. Jackie and Siri are desperate trying to get into the same group together. Okay, so about 9 players left till it starts. About 9 players left, and then we'll be going. Interesting to see if the same players who topped out in the first game will achieve the same in the second. That's the biggest thing for me, is to see how the guys from the first who sort of did well and dominated, to see how they do with first person. See how that affects their gameplay and the strategy. I'm really interested to see, because there's less incentive for things like house camping and stuff with first person mode. You know, because of the vision and things, it's less useful in my opinion to sort of sit in houses and things. You want to be more active and out there on the map. You also get punished less as well if you push someone in a house and things. That was the dog saying hello. Yeah, she's grumpy. My dog is here. She likes to come in when I'm streaming and say hello. What she mostly likes to do, though, guys, is she likes to eat my chair when I'm streaming. So partly what she likes to do. Just waiting on some of these last teams to fill up, guys and girls, and then we will go. Just waiting on it, and then we will go. See a few guys I know that have teammates coming in, so as soon as those teammates turn up, we will start the game and get in. In the interim, though, XPulZ, I believe the intention is to do more of these, so please sign up to the website, guys, if you're not already. XPulZ.com. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to explain to my wife what a stream delay is. Fine. There we go. So as soon as I see Camon's teammate get in, I'll probably start the lobby. I don't know. He might be going solo. You never know. He could be solo. So. Okay. Looks like we are just about as full as we can be. So, he's in. So I'm going to click the start button and we're going to be taken into the game. It does take a little bit of time from when I click start to when the game launches, so bear with us. There we go. Hopefully everybody got their teammates correctly that they were hoping for. Hope there's no dramas in terms of that. Just building us a server now, and we're going to be in the game straight away. He says. And then we wait. There we go. Game's loaded now. So another full game, guys. Another full game. Good luck and have fun to all the competitors. Work out what's better, whether nameplates are better or not. I like the nameplates because it lets you know exactly what the guns are and everything like that. Just going to tab through all the players and see what we've got in here. Of course, we could put our player list up as well. Always enjoy the start zone because you get to actually use guns sometimes you don't get to use very often in the game. Start zone for the win. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to put the map up and we're going to follow the plane in and see where everybody lands. Obviously, it's first person, it does change things slightly. So for anybody wondering what I say about first person, this is what everyone's going to see. This is it. You cannot change this camera. So every player is going to be playing exactly like this. They're not going to be able to change the camera. And obviously, as you can see, that changes the dynamic of what you can see. It changes the dynamic of fighting around corners. It changes the dynamic of fighting in buildings. Audio becomes a lot more important, being able to hear people. Get out of this one. And we're going to put up the map and we're going to have a look and see where everybody lands. Everybody disappears. Someone comes and basically disappears everyone. Okay, so we have a south starting plane, which means that Primorsk is going to be possibly looted quite a lot. It means that military is going to be looted a lot. It means that Gatka is going to be looted a lot. Georgiopol, Rozhok, Severny. A plane like this means that almost the entire map is open. Probably not Milita Power unless somebody really wants to get in a car and drive there, and possibly not the prison or Lipovka. But outside of that, it's going to be pretty much free for everyone to loot. So Fizz, Wiz, and Jimmer start as they mean to go on. They're going straight for military. Camon is going straight down as soon as he could outside the plane. You see a nice distribution spread of players across the map now. Really big, nice distribution of players across the map. I don't think anybody's actually taking any damage as of yet, though. I'm quite stay here. I feel like after last game, Jimmer is somebody we should keep an eye on. He's obviously landed and gone straight for the Dacia. His teammate is catching up with him now, so Jimmer's going to get a full loot of military. Let's have a quick look and see. They are the only players that have gone military this game. They are it. In terms of military players, those two guys are pretty much it right now. Have a quick look at over here. I don't know if a radiated bear is actually taking damage or if falling damage because he got parachute slightly wrong or something along those lines. I'm not entirely sure. But he has certainly taken some damage, him and his partner Jacko. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the map and have a look at the damage. Brent is ready, tooled up. He has the SK-12, he has the helmet, he has the pan. And we're hearing shots. Oh, it looks like Syriar is knocked out already. Already been knocked out. Yaki saves him though. This time Yaki saves him. Or does he? Syriar is taking some damage. Had a quick look around to make sure no one's close to him at all. Yaki needs to get his partner up. His partner has crawled all the way inside the building. He's been smart. Yaki's checking out. Oh, he sees the next player come up. Torrent just about survives. He took a broadside from Yaki as he tried to run past him. He has only got the SK-12. It's going to make it quite awkward for him. He is, however, trying to get position on them. He's low health. He's only got the pan. He's only got the tier 2 helmet, but he is trying to get position. Syriar has still got nothing. Torrent has set himself up in a sort of camping, you run past here, you're probably going to die position. With an SK-12, I call this someone's going to die position, because given Syria's health, if he goes in there, it's going to be a bad day for him. I'm just going to stick with this fight a second, guys, so we get to see the end of it and see what's happening. So we're going to stick with this fight. Torrent is slowly pushing himself out there. It means that we can hear footsteps, or Syria will be able to hear footsteps. Not sure though. I'm not sure if he's aware. He has now got. Oh, here we go. Oof. And that's the end of Torrent's team. So it's this time. Syria and Yaki managed to survive the early scare. Last game they got into an early fight like that, and it was all over. Oh, we're just missing some fights here. Player ran into a building with 2 situated players already. I think he was a solo player as well, given his instant death. Not the best building to run into there. Okay, let's have a quick look around and see. So Radiated Bear. So we have actually got a knocked out player. He is being resurrected by his teammate. They have gone to gun range. Gun range is obviously high value in terms of loot, guys. Gun range is high value loot again, but comes with its risks. It's a big wide open area. There's a lot of counterplay at gun range. They are alone. They feel the way they're moving it. They feel like they've got other players with them, but they are actually alone here. Despite the movements they're making, you would think they were surrounded by people, but they've wiped out the team that were on them. So at the moment we have that team have got 1 kill each. Syria and Yaki have 1 kill each. And oh, J2 is taking some damage. He has not got any weapons by the looks of it. He does have a, unless I'm vastly mistaken, he's got a tier 3 chest. Someone's just come into this building with him. Oh, no, he just opened the door himself. Ignore me there. So actually, J2, Aaron, and Smoked have actually got most of this town to themselves. However, Fiddy and Wildthink, who I believe was second place in the last game, are at the other end of the town with an AKM and a pistol already. So we have an AKM and pistol versus, from what I can see, now we have an ump and no weapon. So ump and no weapon versus AKM and ump. So it does favour Fiddy and Wild right now, but we'll have to see how this pans out. Let's see who else is taking some damage. I can hear shots going all over the place. Shatner and Sadeki, let's see if they've had a slightly... Nope, there. Shatner and Sadeki strat is as it was, with Sadeki thinking he's playing motocross GP again. Oh, we just missed that. We'll try and go back. Yeah, so that fight was pretty decisive in the town there. Aaron, in the end, with Smokey, his teammate, were both killed. Sadeki and Shatner are deciding to ride bikes, pretty much. I mean, there's always one in there. The dog agrees with that. Frosty is taking some damage there. He's going for the big grenade throw. Gets it over the top. Does get a player down with that grenade, which is weird, seeing as the grenade was outside the building, and then he chucks another one that doesn't really do much. He does have the Vector. You could never really underestimate the Vector in the game. The Vector is a hell of a gun. If anything's capable of taking out an entire team, 1v2 in close range is probably the Vector. It has obviously been slightly nerfed, guys, but if there's any gun capable of taking out two players in this sort of area, it probably is the Vector. However, Frosty's biggest problem is he obviously has no meds. He's not really able to heal up at this point. He's got a tier 1 helmet. I think he's more in life preservation mode rather than going after people mode right now. I'm not going to look at Shatner because he has probably just come off his bike again. Lone Wolf is trying to get position. Both players are rocking M16s against a Vector. This is a really bad thing to do standing top of the stairs. It's very easy to shoot someone through this window if you get positioned like this. It's very easy, but then again, he does have a Vector, so they will be putting one of their naked heads into that window. They don't really fancy it. They don't want to push into this building. Not at first person. They really don't fancy it. Frosty's getting... He's probably hearing the footsteps moving away from the building, so he's now deciding to move out. Deciding it's time to get away. Two players are actually moving off now. The further away they get from him, the more that it goes into their advantage. The Vector's sort of, like all submachine guns, does tend to drop off at a certain amount of range, so it will get worse. He's now chasing them down in the car. I don't think he's actually going to be able to get on top of them. I don't know if they've seen him or not. They've slowed down. Oh, he's got a car. I didn't even realise he had a KAR. Taking some car shots at them. No scope on the car for him though, so pretty much hitting hopes at this point on a moving car at that distance. But Frosty does survive. He does go on, so he's going to have a chance. The ring is an interesting one. It gives people a lot of chance to get into it. It's quite an easy ring. So we have Stee and Asheron. See, one of them's just been knocked out. I can't see the players who did the knocking out though. Oh, I see them. I see. So it's Draydon and Voxic in this building over here. Okay, so Acheron and Steve have survived a knockout. Draydon and Voxic are just carrying on with looting at this point. There's no... Oh, actually, wait a minute. They pushed themselves into the ring now. It's only the first stage ring, so it doesn't do that much damage. But they still have to have meds if they want to survive. And they actually have quite a distance to go by foot. So I think Draydon and Voxic gave up that fight because they realised that they wanted to just hit the ring. They're both quite well geared. Well, Draydon's quite well geared. Voxic has... Let me just do that. He has a rifle and an ump. So again, quite well geared. I think rifle and ump is the meta at this point. You get a rifle, you get an ump. Syria is here. I'm not sure if his teammate's dead. I think it might be. Trying to look through this, it's quite difficult with the number of players to actually see everyone. No, Yaki's still alive. They're just split up. So they're nowhere near each other right now. Someone just got knocked out. Yavolik. He's in this building here. Reminder... Oh, they're pushing into the building. No, it's quite far. The shots were quite far. Yeah, they must have been looking through a window and got card down. He's lost his head armor now. He has a shotgun, AK, and pistol. Versus M16. Once again, he's down. No, he's not. He just hasn't healed up yet. He just hasn't healed up yet. I thought he was down. Okay, so Kamades, I think that's his name, only has a pistol. And is half health, so feels bad, man. Sirion 58 again has a Uzi and is trying to get to this to loot it. I believe this probably hasn't been looted yet, so he might be able to get some loot still. Unfortunately, guys, with the way the game is, especially with the two-player and everything like that, at a certain point in the game, if you haven't got any loot, the only way you're going to get loot is by killing other players for it. It is the major issue you have. Okay, so that player is AFK, so we will not come back to him. Stay frosty. Stay frosty. Still by himself, just took another player out. I think that player could have been naked. Oh no, he was in a house. So for a solo player, he's doing pretty well. So, oh, the Insomniac just took out Lone Wolf and his team. Good job there. Fiddy, who was our second place team from last game, they are not sure what they're doing, guys, to be honest with you. There's no one near them. No one near them. They're just sort of sitting here and the ring's coming in the next minute. Not entirely sure what's happening there. I'm going to have a look at Sadeki. The naked bike strat is once again real. The last time I ever big anybody up in one of these things, you know that? You big someone up and it's like, Ashraf has been knocked out. And killed. Unfortunately, guys, what happens there is when I tap someone and they get killed, I, unfortunately, the camera locks on the dead body, so I get stuck on the dead body, so I have to press V to get off it. So we got Fu Manchu, who has a decent smattering of weapons. I'm not sure if he's seen... He has seen him, he's putting shots onto him. I'm not even going to try and say that. He's in the red zone and he's taking fire. This is really not a good zone for him. Fu Manchu is doing some serious damage. If the red zone bombs come down, he's going to die. He's also getting out positioned. Just saw a bit of action there with the in-betweener taking someone out and then getting killed himself by his teammate. Fu Manchu's trying to get position. He's trying to get position. He's already laid some damage down. I'm trying to say this guy's name. I'm going to call him IG. IG has already healed up a bit. He does have an AK, so he is going to be able to return fire. Fu Man is trying to be clever and get into a position where he can sort of throw him off, get around the tree. Yep. Oh, first shot kills Fu Man's helmet. So IG was able to return some fire, and the second he was able to return some fire, he blew Fu Man's helmet off. Now we have a helmet AK fight against a Scar without a helmet. Question is whether Fu Man's going to back off or whether he's going to push it. He actually has the ring advantage right now. He doesn't need to make a move, but it looks like he's going to anyway. Looks like he's going to make a move anyway. IG seems to be struggling for heals. Obviously, you're not going to be aware of this if you're Fu. Fu Man, you're not going to be aware of this. Okay, so he's pushing outside the tree, and Fu Man thinks better of it. Thinks better of the fight there. IG will have to possibly have to push towards him. No, he's okay for the ring at the moment. He is, however, leaving himself wide open to get shot. Can get shot. If IG gets some vision on him, he can get shot. But Fu Man is obviously respecting the red ring. A lot of players don't respect the red ring, but I'm going to go to his teammate instead of going to him. The signature PU's been knocked out. His teammate has no helmet. Have a look and see. I see, it's Trick Shot. Trick Shot is doing the work there. I don't know if he realises that he's got the blue Insomniac Quail above him, both of which will have heard those shots coming in now. They both would have heard the shots. I'm just seeing now if they can get any position. Yep, he's just looking for the player now. He knows he's there. They've heard the shots come in. Just looking everywhere for the player. Oh! Is the bush strat going to work? Not going to work. He hasn't seen Trick Shot. Hasn't seen him. Blue Insomniac has not seen Trick Shot. He's right next to him. He's right next to his tree and he hasn't seen him. Sometimes, guys, lying down is all the cover you need. He has not seen him. Oh, now he's got up in front of him. Unfortunately, he had the wrong gun in his hands. He's got the SKS. Oh, but he just makes up for it. In the interim, another player has crept up on them, Infidel, who has a good position. Both Sequel and Blue Insomniac are low on HP. They're both low. They have returned fire on Instel. Sequel has used, I think, a medkit to get himself back up to full. Sequel is going to push on him. I'm not sure if Infidel's healing up here. Yep, he's just used his first aid. They're playing it tactically now. The ridge is going to help though. Oh, he's pulled out the vector, so he's ready for a close range fight. Sequel has not seen Dervish behind. Dervish hears the shots and decides better of it. He decides he's going to keep himself alive. He's pushing for the house instead. Sequel and Blue Insomniac pick up another kill each, so they're doing much better this round than last. They did well last round, but they're actually sort of leading out the kills in this round. I think I might have missed Jimmer's death. Oh no, Jimmer's still alive. Ignore me on that one. I thought he might be dead. No, he's still in the process. So now Blue Insomniac. I'm not sure if they're aware of Dervish. I don't think they are. I'm not sure they got any vision on him. Cloud is knocked out outside the ring. Oh no, Cloud Zipper got the knockout. At this point, you better off just leaving the person underwater because they will eventually die. But for some reason, again, it's kind of interesting. Oh no, they're in the same team actually. They're in the same team. So why is he trying to kill his teammate? Weird. Okay, we have Camon is down. And I only got the tail end of that, but he died. In the same area that we had all these fights a few minutes ago, there's more fights going on. So Camon just died. Sequel has been alerted to the fact that there was a fight above and over the hill. They're laying down some smokes. Quail is actually pushing away. So while these two guys were very aggressive 2 minutes ago, this time they're thinking better of it and they're just moving away. They're all just moving away from each other. Dervish still has position though. And he's determined to stay in this building. This could be a blunder. Quail decides to go in the building. It could be a blunder, but nope. They think better of it at this stage in the game. Shots going out over here behind us. Just a little bit out of the range. Both Insomniac and Quail are looking. Radon has been down by one of them. Some good shoot. Oh, they are getting positioned though. Cam Dice. He's only got a pistol though, so he's not going to be doing a lot there. Oh, actually, say that. He's knocked him out. He's knocked him out. So one of the team is down. They're actually taking shots from outside the ring. Syria and Yaki are on Sequail. Both of which are outside the ring. Both of which are taking quite a lot of damage right now. And they have 5 players in front of them. They've both got a quarter of a bar of health. They are healing up though, and they've got 5 players ahead of them to get in the ring. I'm not saying it's an impossible situation. Because nothing is impossible. But it's going to be hard. I'm not even sure they realise they've got players off to their left there as well. Okay, so Quail actually got killed by Voxic in the end. Voxic and Draydon have position. Yaki actually does have the tier 3 helm, tier 3 chest, and tier 3 backpack. They have Dervish in front of them at the moment. Actually, Voxic and Draydon cleared the way from them. By clearing those players out, they actually cleared the way from them. Dervish is taking shots right now at Yaki. It will not be many shots to get him down when he's this outside the ring at this stage in the game. Dervish has just backed off. He has gone for a grenade throw. It's a pretty good toss, but it's not quite there. He's going to run right into his line of sight right now and takes the player out. So Yaki and Syria with the almost impossible task of pushing into these 5 players that were in position. They've actually made the ring. Now they have 16 seconds till the ring moves on. There's very little time left for these 2 players. There's 16 seconds. Draydon and Voxic, in my opinion, still have a better position on them. As they are that much closer to the ring, they have actually moved up and around. Actually, Yaki and Syria have totally clear. They are totally clear for getting to the ring now. Totally clear. We're going to push up the ring. We have Wild Thing and Fiddy, our second place contestants from last game. They were already moving for the ring. Or to the ring. Yaki and Syria are going to struggle again here. They're going to get hit by the ring. It really does depend on how many meds they have. Draydon and Voxic are kind of lagging behind a little at the moment. Oh, Jimmer TV has been downed. Jimmer TV has been down. What's Fizzy going to do? Oh, Jimmer's down. Irradiated Bear takes Jimmer out. So now it all rests on Jimmer's teammate. The winners of last round have now been taken out. There aren't many clans left, or groups left, or teams left, but Radiated Bear he must know where he is. He must see Fizz, but I think he's deciding that the ring is the biggest threat right now. Sometimes it's worth noting that you can kill a player, but you'll end up getting killed yourself at the same time, and it's really not worth it. So Jacko and Irradiated Bear are in a good position. They've just taken out the winners of the last game. Fizzy, well, half of the winners of the last game. Fizzy is alone now. The ring is again making fools of her. No one is in the ring. Actually, one player is now. One player. Both these players are facing the wrong way. They're facing the wrong way. They're taking shots from the VSS. They're both facing the wrong way. They're trying to engage with Syria. And as they did that, Zykjan took it as a chance. Draydon is all in though at this point. He is really ramping the pressure up on Syria. Both players taking a lot of damage. They have, however, got position on the rock. Oh, Irradiated Bear just took out Fizzy Wiz. So the winners of the last game have been killed by Irradiated Bear. We have a really nice even kill spread, guys. All the teams have picked up kills in this game so far, and they're all pushing each other now. 50 seconds till the next mandatory movement. Zikkan, he has been spotted. Oh, I'm not saying that. Syria and Yaki are going at it. Voxic is still alive. He's still alive. He has the smallest sliver of health anyone in the history of this game has ever had, and he's still alive. Unfortunately, it looks like Syria and Yaki are pinched. They've got Draydon and Voxic to one side. They have I'm Fox in the other. They are just taking damage now. Yaki has a choice. He can try and get Syria up. He can try and return fire. The whole time, Draydon... Oh, they're gone. They're gone. They're down. So Voxic and Draydon took out Syria and Yaki. Zikjan is still not really doing anything. He's not interested. He's had all this gunfire in front of him. He's not interested. Voxic going for the big grenade throw. He knows he's there. He knows he's there. The grenade bounces off the top of the rock. It doesn't do the damage. They still have to push him. He's taking out his M16. He's actually getting some damage onto them. Oh, and he dies. Voxic and Draydon are clearing everything up this side of the room. Jacko and the Radiated Bear, the guys who took out the winners of last game. Jacko has been knocked out by Fiddy. Fiddy and Wild Thing are no chumps themselves. Bear in mind, guys, they did both well, they came second in the last game. They're trying to push, though, and the Radiated Bear has put some serious damage onto Fiddy. He has to move. Oh, and they turned around and turned it round. So you have Wild Thing and Fiddy still up. You have Voxic and Draydon still up. And there's another two-man team. Puss in Boots. I'm Fox. I'm Fox again was a top 5 player last game. Voxic and Draydon have spotted Wild Thing and Fiddy. They are putting rounds onto them. Have a quicker look at their perspective. Let's see what they're seeing. Obviously, you can see Fiddy just over that rise. They're checking it out. He hasn't seen Fiddy. He is there, but he hasn't seen him. He's to the right. He's lying down. I'm Fox and Puss in Boots are making their move. Draydon, who is... Well, but him and his partner have been clearing up, to be honest with you, at the end game. They have been clearing up and taking names. They've got position. They have position. They actually have the position right now. Sort of manoeuvring. Oh, Fiddy's out in the open. He's not been seen on. Bear in mind, guys, this is first person. This is first person, so it makes a little bit of a difference in terms of what you can see. Oh, shots coming in, and taken out. Fiddy is very far removed from his partner now. Wild Thing's going to have to do this alone. He's going in on Draydon and Voxic. Some damage coming out. He's pushing, he's out in the open. Unfortunately, I feel like this is a bad choice to make here. And it is a bad choice. Draydon and Voxic pick up 2 more kills. When it's hit the end game, these players have just ramped into overdrive. They have absolutely been positioning themselves in almost perfectly. They've been taking on the players, and they've just done very well. They've really done well. Been picking the kills up through good positioning and good aim, to be honest with you. So they still had to deal with Fox and Puss in Boots. Fox obviously did very well last game as well. Another top player from last game. He has the SKS with the 8X on it. Puss in Boots has 4X on it. Draydon is moving around with the ump. He's not full health, which means that, but he is full medded. He's not full health, but he is full medded. Same for Voxic. They both know these players are down here. Shots coming in. And Fox just took a few rounds. Both Voxic and Draydon have... Oh, the grenades are coming in. The grenades have been good so far. Not quite far enough for those throws. Shots coming in on both players. Voxic has been down. And Fox has been down. It now comes down to a 1v1. Which player is going to go for it? Draydon has the position on Puss. Puss has just got behind the rock. Does he heal? Does he go for it? Oh, Draydon's going for the res. He's going for the res. Puss in Boots is going for the res as well. Both players going for the res. I'm not sure, based on the position that they're in, if the res was the right choice. Draydon actually gets Voxic back up. Fox has not been gotten back up. It looks like Puss in Boots is going for the desperation grenade, and it doesn't work. The desperation grenade did not work. Desperation grenade did not work. So there we go. Drayden and Voxic, who legitimately tore everyone to shreds in the last 10 minutes. Really, really, really good play by both of them. I couldn't really fault much of what they did. The sneaky res at the end there was particularly good. I'm Fox and Puss in Boots did get a good second place there. Yaki and Siri are playing more like we know they should have with a 6. Jimmer TV, our winner of the previous game, coming in 7th. Didn't quite get the sort of, didn't play out for him in the way he hoped it would this time. Trickshot, shout out to our solo player with 5 kills by himself. 5 kills by himself. Hell of a performance there. And Scooby did get 2 with his partner before they got taken out. They did get taken out quite early on in the game, though. So we didn't get to see much from Scooby. But yes, those are all your kills. Those are your winners. Drayden and Voxic. Your second places, third. Shout out to Fiddy and Wild Thing, who've consistently, over the games, been, top 2. Good effort by those guys, showing that moving from, third person to first person hasn't really phased them in any way. Steel and Asheron, the XPulZ zone, got to the 22nd place. Dervish, who did impact a lot of those fights at the end there, though didn't pick up any kills, but he certainly had an impact in how things played out. Anyway, good game, boys. There's one more game to go now. So we're going to take a little bit of a break while we set up the next lobby, and there's one more game coming up next. So you're going to get a musical interlude, which I know you love. I can hear you all salivating at the musical interlude. And while we take a quick musical interlude, we will set up the next game. Right, final round with those settings that we talked about. Just about to start now. Map up so we can see where people are going to come from. This is the final round from today's series of games. Okay, so we're starting with Zaki. We're going to finish with Military Power. This means that we have a diagonal split on the map, which means that everywhere on the map is pretty much attainable for everyone. There's going to be people going military. There's going to be people going Rozhok. There's going to be people going Severny, Georgiopol, Zaki, Power, Gatka, Primorsk. Everywhere on this map is pretty much attainable right now. Already seen lots of players jumping out. Voxic, Drayden, Scooby-Doo, so Fizzwiz, Jimmer. So basically all of our top players from the last game have all actually gone straight to Georgiopol. So these guys have been dominating the last couple of games. They're all at George. And then we have a nice distribution across the map of everybody else. Fu Manchu and Syria now a new teaming. They're pushing themselves towards Milita. Have a lot of people going Military Power. Big group of people, including Smoked and J2 the Aaron, who've been consistently finishing high. Have a look at Scooby-Doo. Landed at the buildings. These buildings are pretty good for loot. If you can get in the door. Obviously that's withstanding the fact that you can get in the door. And immediately picks up a car from that building. Scooby-Doo's partner Nate has got himself a shotgun, so we've got car and shotgun. Draydon and Voxic, the players who pretty much lit everybody up last game at the end of the game, they've immediately got them and Uzi. We have already got shots coming in. The dog, she's excited too. The McCann. Looks like his partner's already down. Oh. I think Sav takes out a team straight away at the start of the game. His partner was one with the pistol and survived it. They both survived that fight. They're already on the leaderboard with kills. Quick look at... Photo 24. Building. I don't know if there is anyone in here. Quite cautious though. Potentially might have misfired there. Suki with an M16. 2 kills already on the board. Under the map. I didn't quite mean to do that, guys. Let's have a quick look at the map and see where everybody is. So it's a middle finish, so that's not too bad. You have Syria going straight for military. Not entirely sure where his partner is. Oh, he's there with him. I'm just not seeing Syria and Fu Manchu. So they're going to go for a military loot. They have transport to get them off the island at the end. So military is always worth it, especially when you are the only 2 people on the map going for military. Again, we have all of our players, our top players from the last game, all in the same area of Georgiopol. Going for the loot on the high rises. Now, I quite like high rises. They kind of divide people, I would say. Some people love high rises, some people hate them. Okay, we have Draydon and Voxic are going to meet each other. They're going to meet each other. Wait a minute, they are going to meet each other because they're on the same team. Sorry, we have them both in the same area as Scooby and Nate. Scooby and Nate have split up a bit, whereas Draydon and Voxic are very much staying together. I'm wondering if that's going to be part of... makes the difference. We have an M16. They have positioned on the roof. Voxic knows someone's here. He does. And Draydon's with him with an AK. Scooby's out in the open. Do they see him? He's out in the open. They haven't seen him. He's got the car. Taking his time. Oh, he took too long. Took too long. Scooby gets KO'd by the winners of last game. The question is now is what can Nate do? Both Voxic and Draydon have position here. This looks like this could be all over for Scooby and Nate. Unless Nate is Neo's it. No. No. Drayon and Voxic now going for the loot. So Scooby-Doo and Nate, two very strong players, have been taken out already. Busy Wiz and Jimmo TV are quite happily going about their business this side of the map. Looting. Getting what they need to get. Quite happily going about their day and their business, doing what they need to do. While Draydon and Voxic have taken out a very strong pair and got themselves some decent loot in the process, including what looks like a KAR. I'm not sure if they've got scopes for them. Let me come back in and have a look. It's hard to see the scope. There is a 4X on that car. And then we also have an UMP M16 combo. Right, let's have a quick look at this. Suki is low. I'm not looking at Sadeki because I know he's just on a bike or something. I was going to look and see what's going on there. You have Syria and Fu Manchu who are basically getting a free loot. Smoked and J2 the Aaron are getting a free loot as well. So both those two teams are getting free loots. A lot of players close to each other here. You've got Daboon. Not sure if he's seen the players in the buildings here. I'm not sure. Got Daboon and Zik. You have your toy. It's fine. I got a dog in the room. She's been pretty good for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So Daboon has got position. He's also got tier 3. He's got some decent equipment. He's got a VSS. Now you have a player over here with only got a pistol. A not even loaded pistol. Looks like he's going to put himself in front of Daboon in a second. Oh, they've got to have seen him by now. Apparently not. Apparently not. The teammates have met up with each other. Zika and Sly. For some reason, Daboon and Jack, they're obviously not looking that way, or if they are, they haven't quite seen them. I'm not entirely sure what the deal is. I would think by now they would have seen each other. They would have got involved in it. We just had someone get knocked out. I'm quite interested in this fight, though, and how it pans out. Dead. That didn't pan out that well at all. Daboon and Jack Daniel have got good position still. He's got the VSS. Subsonic, almost impossible to hear. Fly has now moved from one pistol to another pistol, so he's still on pistol tech. Daboon's moving up and around. I'm not sure if he knows that Zik is up here. He obviously doesn't. Zik is going to give himself away with that smoke, though. He's smoking in the wrong direction, though. Daboon has position on him. And he's just smoked in the wrong direction. So now Daboon and his teammate know exactly where they are. They're going to see a guy standing in front of the smoke. And they're going to hit him once. One shot went in. Zeke has moved to the tree. He's putting some ump fire out onto those guys. And now he's deciding to move away. It didn't really make the range count there, to be honest with you. Jack Daniel moving up. Daboon is still... He doesn't see him! Zeke is on top of Daboon! He's on top of him! He doesn't see him coming in! Oh! He goes down. The player goes down. He just about pulled that out of the bag there. And meanwhile, his teammate Sly is still looting. He's now got himself an Uzi. I'm not entirely sure what his plan is. I think his plan is to push out with the Uzi, which might not work that well for him, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we have King Hard is taking some damage. He actually just got knocked out. I think maybe accidentally got knocked out by Mr. Ken. He mean to knock his partner. He actually knocked his partner out there, which was silly. Okay. Aside from that, guys, we have pretty much a looting phase here. So we've got such a spread out. We have such a good diagonal split that actually most people have been able to get away from each other. So if we look at the map, Voxic and Draydon are there. We did just get a kill. Okay, so the final player from that group with the ump just pushed out and got killed. So we have a good split. So people are actually getting the loot needs. You've got Final Asylum over here. He's getting the loot needs. Torrent, who's been a player in all of these games, has made an impact, has actually been able to get decent loot as well. His teammates up and quite healthy. FizzWiz is still looting up the north here. Voxic and Draydon are still free looting. Got a solo player over there. Fiddy, again, another strong teaming. Fiddy and Wild Thing. They've pretty much had Yasin over to themselves. What this means, guys, is that mid-game things are going to go slightly crazy. So Syria and Fu Manchu have got all the loot they need. The deck seems to be running in a circle. Smoked's partner's down. Going crazy. No, they're both in the car together. So they were able to loot the entirety of this town, and they've got a bit of loot, and now they're moving out. It looks like 2 rifles, maybe, which is kind of madness itself. So Syria and Fu Manchu, both very good players, have ended up with a combination of tier 3 silenced rifles, cars. So yeah, good loot, pretty good loot. How it's gonna play out in the end game is what we're interested in now. Obviously, the circle is pushing people slightly. Okay, Sadeki and Chatner are killing each other in the corner of the map. But excuse this look. It's more interesting to look at the different teams and where they are at this point. Syria and Fuman are still quite far behind, but I'm assuming they've got enough meds that they can make up for it. We should be fine. The meds they've got should make up for it. Voxic and Draydon still got FizzWiz behind them. Okay. Syria's coming to the ring. They're probably going to see Daboon and his partner. Syria and Fu Manchu. The ring has certainly made it a more interesting prospect because a lot of players are going to be hitting each other. Like we've got these 2 teams here that are now fighting. So he's obviously taking some damage and is just backing off because we have an SKS with position. I think the SKS. Yep. He's got. He didn't actually get down by him. He got killed by another player altogether. Devil Dog took the kill. Potentially his teammate. I think it must be his teammate because he's not taking any shots from Ivan SG. So it must be Devil Dog's teammate. Again, sometimes it's quite hard to see. Yeah, Devil Dog and Ivan SG. So they're on 1 kill. Percol, who I haven't looked at all, and I'm sorry I haven't, is on 3 kills. Rocking a shotgun, and there's some action going on in this building. A lot of people here not killing each other. Okay, so this is kind of fucked up. I feel like the only thing to do in this situation is to kick all these players because they're all teaming. Kind of rough. Quite clear that Odo, Mayo, Percool, all these guys in here seem to be teaming. See, is Break TV in this as well? Wow, that's a lot of players. Probably all need to go. And Mayo's in a totally different team. Okay, so this is kind of awkward, guys. I hate to tell you. I'm not sure. I'm just seeing if these guys actually sort this situation out themselves, or whether. So we've got Break TV, Percool. Percool's not even with his teammate. Or Pericol, sorry. Kind of messed up. Let's take some advice on this. I'm trying to work out whether these guys are actually going to fight. It's really hard to know. That's why I'm not making a move now. As I know, obviously, that some of these guys are doing some weird shit here. I'm not sure if they thought they'd just get away with it all game. These guys are definitely a team. Are they not killing each other? See. Guys out not making any moves. Yeah, there's too many guys here, so don't want to make any mistakes. So Mayao be kicked. Sucks. It's not something I particularly wanted to do during a cast, guys, but as I'm the only admin, I have to deal with it. So we've got Viper Black, Break TV, Marius, DB, and Modo. The Perkle. Kinda sucks, this does. Why people... Modo as well, and Viper Black. And Break TV. Oh, that sucks. Well, that's a thing. Oh, that's a new one for me. Sorry about that, guys. Right, so now we can get back to actually what's going on. Okay, so we've got Quail and Insomniac both been putting out some really good. I want to have a look at this fight over here, if I can get to it. Have a look at Fu Man. Looks like Fu Man's alone now. Sorry, we did miss that action. I mean, I had to take action. Hopefully nobody minds, but those were like 6 players all teaming, so yeah. We don't do that around here. Torrent is trying to get position on Fu Man. Fu Man sees him. He's got him. He's got him in his sights. Ooh. Torrent is a very decent player who's been doing some good work in these games as well. I don't know if Fu Man realizes that his teammate is up on this ridge. Obviously, he can't see that for himself. Oh, shots come. Oh, he's decided to take the player out. Sometimes, yeah, you're better off just taking the player out and getting out. So, now Femoki is by himself. Fu Manchu has actually got position. He's flanked round. He's flanked round. Oh, what a lovely flank from Fu Man. Lovely, lovely job to take that team out by himself. Now he's going to get a whole lot more loot than he already has, as long as Tulin Sheik doesn't get involved in it. Okay, let's have a quick look at the map and see where we are. Fizz is still alive. Voxic and Draydon are in the perfect position. Minimal X King has no head armor and is taking shots, I think, from Voxic. I think these guys are under fire from Voxic. I'm not entirely sure, but I think these guys are under fire from Voxic. We'll have to see how this pans out. They have got position, but they haven't got any helmets. No helmets for either of them. Draydon is actually looking in a different direction. We have cars coming in. Fizz. Oh, here we go. The winners from the last 2 games. They take some good shots on Fizz and Jibber. They got some good shots on them, but at the same time, they left themselves wide in the open. They were trying to go for those kills. They're both taking serious amounts of damage. I think they can both heal it back up, though. People are aware of where they are. FizzWiz and Jimmer TV got away from it. They got away from it. They took half damage each, but they got away from it. I'm not sure if they realised that you've got this guy here. I don't actually know if he realises either, to be fair. I'm not sure if he knows. If he did, he probably would have popped up and taken some shots at them by now, I would assume. I would hope he would have anyway taken some shots by now. Jimmer and FizzWiz might have gotten away with it. Actually, they might have done better than that. They might be in a good position. Let's have a quick look. They're in the ring. They've got the multi-story garage, which is garage, whatever you want to say. The multi-story garage, which is going to work out nicely for them. It gives you good vantage over there. Any players coming down this area, it gives you good vantage. Any players trying to get in the water and swim across, gives you good position on them. Any players coming at you from Rozok, again, it gives you a good chance at that. This guy has got his stone, he's got his gun, and he's happy. So, there we go. Voxic and Draydon missed the prime opportunity to take out their #1 competitors there. But they seem to be okay with it. They've taken the middle island as their own. You've got Dr. Boom coming in from the north in a car. You have Fu Manchu slowly making his way up after those pretty top-notch kills earlier on. Tidy Sprinkles and Fire and Asylum are still looting Severny. They're still looting it. Fiddy is making his way, though Sans his teammate, who seems to have died already. Voxic again taking damage. Oh, did I just miss Draydon? No, Draydon's still alive. Voxic's taking damage. Bizwiz and Jimmer have taken some damage. Sorry, I got so engrossed in the map that I missed that. Jimmer has taken critical damage. It looks like from this way. Self back up though. Voxic and Draydon are determined to own this island. It's there. It's the island of Voxic and Draydon. Well, if you want to come, you have to pay a toll, and the toll is many bullets to the face. So Quail and Blue Insomniac are moving into the ring. Both players have done particularly well over our series of games today. They both figured heavily in the top 10 and top 5 portion. Both are very well geared out. Just trying to find their sort of position. Fu Manchu, who is... Oh, Fiddy just killed Draydon. Oh my gosh, I missed it. Fiddy just took Draydon out. So... Oh no, he didn't. Sorry, I got the wrong name there, sorry. I thought to myself he was quite far, and that must have been some sort of crazy shot. But no, he took another player whose name begins with a D out. I just filled in Draydon because that's just what I do sometimes. Fu Manchu with another kill. What's Fu Manchu's kill rate? 5 kills for Fu Manchu. 5. He's just gone beast mode. He's had enough. His Syria died. Fu Manchu said, you know what? I got it. I got it. Don't worry. You just sit and spectator. I got it, fam. Fu Man's going for it. Well geared. He's killed a lot of players and taken stuff off them. It looks like Blue Insomniac and Sukul are determined to go for the drop. Quail has got sight on someone and he is doing decent damage. Ivan SG and Devil Dog have taken some damage from them. Fu Manchu is putting shots on them as well though, so they have all around problems. Blue Insomniac getting the drop. Going to be big that. If we look at the ring now, Ivan SG has to move. Min-Max King has to move. Draydon and Voxic are only just in. Unfortunately, the ring is going to make a big impact here. Fiddy is moving down. It looks like he's going to come across Draydon Island. It looks like his plan is to drive across Draydon Island. Final Asylum and Tidy Sprinkles are still looting at this stage in the game. Still looting despite their health. Fu Manchu is in good position. Is full health. Has a car. Has the 8X. Has tier 3 helm. Tier 3 chest. There is another drop coming down. Wonder who's going to be brave enough to go for this. Have shots ringing out. Biddy actually got across straight on the Voxic Island. He is moving up towards Grand Pargay. Oh, Fu Manchu with the big knockout on Insomnia. Apologies. He's now seeing if he can get Quail. If he gets Quail down, then this is done. Really, really good shooting from Fu Man, who adds 2 more kills to his solo total. I think Fu Man just got bored. He's like, that's it, boys. This is it. We're just doing it. We're doing it. And he is. He's doing it solo. Ivan SG and Devil Dog have to move in front of Fu Man. This is not good for them, given the way he's shooting with this gun. And I just bigged him up, and the commentator's curse, he missed 3 shots. But nice one there. Nice shot on the running guy. He has to be careful. Every single shot gives everyone a little bit more awareness where he is, and he's solo, so he gets killed, he's done. He gets knocked down, he's done. Fiddy killed the guy that was had position on him up at the top there. Obviously, Fiddy been putting in some really decent results. Ivan SG pulled out the double kill. Ivan SG and Devil Dog. Ivan SG and Devil Dog. They've actually pulled it out. I thought they were in a poor position, but they pulled it out. They really have. Have a quick look at the map. We have Fiddy in the zone. Ivan SG, Voxic and Draydon still alive. Fizzy Wiz, and Jimmer TV are going for it. Looks like they're trying to get shots on Fiddy. Wood has not moved. If Wood were a tree, he would be a very mighty tree. And unfortunately, it looks like Tidy Sprinkle's game is over. They spent the entire game outside the ring, and unfortunately, it hasn't really worked for them. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Draydon and Voxic are owning the water town, but they're going to have to get out of there because the game isn't going to end there. Unfortunately, it looks like everyone's going to have to move. Everyone is going to have to move. There's no doubts about it. Yeah, Fiddy is the only person in position. Fu Manchu has some position. Fu Manchu has some positions. Sprinkles finally died. Have a look. Devil Dog doesn't see Fu Man. Final Asylum, his teammate is gone. Fiddy actually went for the drop, picked up the AWM, and took out one of the last solo players. So Fiddy's actually got himself a few kills. Fiddy and Fu Manchu, the two solo players. Maybe just because they're both solo and they're going hammer, going for it. I'm not sure if Fiddy realises that Fu Man sees him. He must see him over that rock. There's no doubts about it. He has to see them. Yep, he's just hit him with a shot. Fiddy's got himself positioned. Another drop coming down next to Ivan SG and Devil Dog. Voxic and Draydon going for it as well. It's time for Wiz and Jimmer to move. They have to go. Is Wood going to have any say in this game, or has he just gone AFK? No, he hasn't. No, he didn't go AFK. He's still there. If he just looks to his left, he can pick up a kill, but he doesn't. Jimmer TV doesn't see him either. He might not have any vision on him. Voxic has gone for the drop. It's a ballsy call because Ivan SG and Devil Dog have got position on them. And as I say that, they're shooting at each other. Fu Manchu taking shots from Devil Dog. Voxic and Draydon got away with that one somehow. Ivan SG putting shots not onto those two guys. Voxic is taking shots. Ivan SG has gone outside the ring. Voxic is desperately trying to stay alive. Ivan SG's biggest problem is the ring right now. Devil Dog is taking damage from two sources. Ivan SG. Voxic does get knocked out. Draydon is still alive, though, and we know these guys will get each other up. We know this was what happens. Wiz has got himself inside with Jimmer. Fu Manchu to one side. We have a two teams versus two solo players situation. Two teams, two solo players. The way Fu Manchu's been shooting, it's hard to really discount anyone in this. Voxic has been rezzed. His teammate got him back up, and we have to move again. There's very few players in position. Biddy is the closest person to be in position. This is just going to be an all-out war in the mid. There's no other way to describe it. People are going to have to come out of their positions. There is no cover. It is sparse. Fiddy might be doing the most clever thing. He's trying to get himself positioned. He's trying to see these players. Voxic and Draydon, Wiz, and Jimmer TV. Draydon actually puts a nice shot on Fu Man when he starts to move. He's got to watch himself, Voxic, because he's got Wiz, and Jimmer right next to him. But they're both cowering. They're both cowering inside. Fu Man's taken serious damage. He's going to die. And Fiddy outpositioned Fu Man. Fu Man was beast mode. I think we tip our hats to Fu Man. The 7 kills was pretty beast mode. However, the other solo player, Fiddy, is just about putting the same sort of damage out. The two solo players are having a massive impact. When I say solo, their teammates are dead. They weren't solo to start with. Draydon and Voxic have put massive smoke down. Fiddy is going to get positioned. He is going to get pushed out. Oh, Wiz and Jimmer moving. They're in the ring. Jimmer goes down. Wiz. Oh, he's almost down. He's almost down. Wiz goes down. Draydon and Voxic. It's now a 2v1, except Draydon's partner is down. Voxic is going to get killed by the ring, so Draydon has to do it himself. AWM versus car. AWM versus car. Draydon and Voxic answered the question of them versus Jimmer TV, though. They answered the question of them versus Jimmer TV. Now it's a simple fight. Fiddy is trying to get position. He's not interested in healing. Maybe he's out of heals, I don't know. Neither of them have position. Both of them have to move. Draydon realizes this. He starts to move. Nope, he wants to go back. Moving again. He has full health. He has tier 3, tier 3. He has his back to Fiddy. This is a bad idea to have your back to him. Especially the way the guy's been killing and shooting. Both taking shots. The AWM is obviously going to do a little bit more chunky damage on the car. Neither of them are in position. They both have to move. Fiddy has the better chance of moving. Because he has the ridge to protect him. Draydon is out in the open. He's going to smoke. He's going to smoke. He's got 40 seconds. He's not interested in healing either. Again, I don't know whether they're out of heals. I don't know whether he's run out. No, he doesn't. Fiddy goes insane and picks up the win. Wild Thing went down earlier in the game and Fiddy picks up the win. So Fiddy, Wild Thing, Voxic, Jimmer TV and Visuiz. These guys have dominated all 3 games so far tonight. With a special mention to Fu Manchu, who went absolutely beast mode. The shots were good. And he really went ham after his partner died. I think as well we had... let me just see if there are any solo players. I can't see any solo players. But big shout out to Fiddy, who finished that game off solo. Took out Voxic and Draydon, who both played exceptionally well. Unfortunately, Jimmer TV and Visuiz lost the decisive fight to Voxic. They got done by the ring. Fu Manchu was a bit unlucky with the positioning in the end, but he did go pretty beast mode. I'll give him his due. 7 kills, so we have Fiddy with 8 and Fu Man with 7. Unfortunately, Final Asylum and Tiddy just ended up outside the ring for most of the game on the wrong side of that. Quail and Blue Insomniacs possibly got a little bit unlucky. They did really well, but they sort of just had poor positioning, and to be fair, Fu Man went sort of ham on them. But here we go, here we go. Thank you for joining us tonight. So these are the games, guys. We did a first game of standard. We did our second game was first person only. Our third game then was with modified settings. So we placed into chat more snipers, more tier 3. Congratulations to everybody that played. Thank you for everyone that turned out. Thank you again on behalf of XPulZ for all of you that followed. There'll be more of these tournament games to come. I've been TheStiffler. You can check out my channel as well. I do stream myself. But thank you for coming in, guys. Thank you for all the chatter, and I hope to see you all again when we run some more of these events. Much love, and I think at this point I'll be signing off. So good night.